Hey everyone, I am here today to give you guys a look at Jon Renau Miranda. I have tripped over saying that a few times. Jon Renau Miranda in the color 42730. I have had this wig for a while. I've kind of stopped buying long wigs for the most part, but I still have quite a few that I bought in the past that I have not reviewed. And this is quite a long wig, so I thought I better get on this review. So this is Miranda. Miranda is a beautiful, beautiful long layered style. Really, really pretty. One of the things I love the most about Miranda, and I have actually worn this one a few times now, are the layers. I love these front layers that give the wig appearance of not being quite as long as she really is. They just frame the face so beautifully. I mean, look at the difference in length there. So she's got these long layers in the front, and then she just spills over the shoulders with really, really long layers in the back. You can see she's really, really long in the back. I'm standing on my tiptoes. So, so pretty. So here's the side view. And then the other side. So in the front, she doesn't really have any kind of a fringe because there's nothing really that short in the front. Everything in the front is below chin length on me. And my measurement from hairline to chin is 8 inches. So everything's longer than 8 inches. I just love the fibers on this one as well. They're so nice. Some Jon Renau wigs, I'm not always the biggest fan of their fibers, but this one feels really, really good. I just love these fibers. They're substantial enough to really give some weight to the style. Because it is so long, I am appreciative of the thicker fibers that they use here. In different wigs and different manufacturers, they use different kinds of fibers. And sometimes the fibers are thick and substantial and kind of weighted. And I would think of a Noriko fiber like that. And then in some wigs, you've got very light, airy, feathery fibers. And that is maybe Gabor or Ellen Villa. And so the problem when you get to wigs of this length, if the fibers are too light and airy, they get a lot of flyaways. They'll tangle really, really bad, and they just won't, I don't think they'll look as good for as long. I think that's why Angelica by Noriko is so popular, because she is a super long style, but those fibers are so substantial that she does really well and lasts a long time. And so I would say in this Jon Renau, this Miranda, the fibers aren't as substantial as a Noriko wig, but they're definitely more substantial than a Gabor or an Ellen Villa. My experience wearing Miranda is that she does tangle, but I think that is very much to be expected with as long as she is. She's still doing great though. I think I've worn her 3 times now, and I just comb her out a couple of times during the day, and I make sure to comb her out in the evening. One of the things I really love about this one though is the lace front. This lace front is so good. I'm not always a huge fan of Jon Renau lace fronts. I think Gabor does a better job with them, but I love this one. Really, really good, which is really critical for a long style like this, because you want to have updo options, and you do. With Miranda, the updo options are unlimited. I really think, if anything, she's a great piece to get for updos. I have my little box of clips right here, so I can try different things. I guess, it depends on your financial situation. If you can afford to buy wigs for certain occasions, as opposed to just a couple of pieces you can wear all the time. But if you can, even if you don't wear long wigs, a wig like this is going to give you some options for styling. If you miss the days when you could pull your hair up in a ponytail or clip it up, you're going to be able to do that with Miranda. I think she looks super cute pulled off the head, just like this. I have also worn her in kind of like a messy updo with a claw clip. And if you watch any of my videos, you guys know that I'm not really great at the styling. And now I'm pulling her a little bit off my head because I don't ever adhere and I don't have a wig grip on. So trying to style for you guys on camera, I think is almost worse than just not doing it sometimes, because I don't know that I do wigs justice when I try it. But let's just see. I don't even know what it looks like. Let me look in. That's not too bad. You know, I might take some time. You know, when you do something like this, you just want to be careful that you don't have bio hair showing like right here, which sometimes happens to me. And you also want to be careful that you can't see the wig cap underneath. And, you know, I might do it a little bit better so that this is pulled back a little bit more. But at the end of the day, the length is so amazing because you can put her up like this and you can leave some tendrils down, and they're short enough that they frame the face, but they don't look ridiculous. And that is one of the things, if I am going to get long wigs, I really need wigs that have this kind of layering, because it just gives me more options for styling. If this were all one length and I were to try to do this, I'd have super long pieces sitting right down here in the front, and that doesn't look terribly realistic. So I love that about Miranda. It's one of the reasons why I've kept her and I've worn her, because I have options with Miranda. I love the fact that I can do this. Just love that. Something else I want to talk a little bit about is this color. What did I say? It was 427.30. This is a beautiful, beautiful auburn. So it has a 4 base, which is a dark brown, but I'm pulling her off my head. The dark brown, you can see, even doing that, she's getting a little bit of tangles. But I just think that's where we set our expectations, right? You know, if you don't want to deal with tangles and wigs, then don't get a super long piece. You know, get one that's going to be off the shoulders, that those don't tangle nearly as much, or at all in some cases. But this wig, this auburn, it's just a light, it's a medium, let me think, is it medium dark auburn? You know, a 27 is like a very light red. It's like maybe a more fire type red. A 30 is a medium auburn, and then a 4 is a dark brown, blended together to make this beautiful, just a basic auburn. It doesn't look heavily highlighted. You can see a little bit of that 4, but they were very light-handed on the 4. It's enough to give this piece some warmth and make it not too red, but not so much that you feel like you've got a super dark brown wig on your head. So for my wig sisters who like more of the medium colors and they love auburns, this is so pretty. 427.30. I love this. And it really, honestly, because of the 4 and how they've blended it, I don't think it needs a root. It's not rooted, and I don't think it needs a root. It's so pretty. So I'll get outside and I'll show you guys this one outside because it's beautiful. You know, the length allows you to tuck. She is very, very tuckable, so you can tuck it. You could wear headbands. Like I said, you could put it up in an updo. You could put some braids in. I mean, it just, honestly, there's so much you can do with this. Let me show you guys the cap. So it is a lace front, and it is a mono part. So you see the lace front. I got that a little bent. And the mono part. So you have the mono parting options. It does have an extended nape with the Velcro adjusters, and I do have them cinched in just slightly. I'll talk about the fit on me. And then you've got the ear tabs, the soft ear tabs. So a couple of other things to talk about now that I've raved on and on about the cut and the style. She does have permatease. She sort of has coating of permatease all over the whole wig. So in the back, I can feel, when I have her on my head, let me find where this is. I can feel a little bit of permatease back here. I think she's got like the crimpy fibers. Where the pillowy permatease lives is kind of on the sides. Let me put it on so I can tell you guys exactly what I'm feeling. I don't know if I should be pulling it up by the front there like I do. I do that with all my wigs though, and I've yet to have issues, so I don't know. Okay, so I can feel permatease here I can feel permatease here, and I can feel a bump of it right here. It is not overdone. It is not like, holy smokes, poofy, pillowy permatease at all. I think the permatease in Miranda is absolutely appropriate. I think it gives just a little tiny bit of volume here, is not overdone. So for you, for my wig sisters who say, every wig I've ever had that has any permatease I hate, you need to know that Miranda has permatease. If you are like me and you're starting to see value in permatease in certain styles and you don't mind it, as long as it doesn't feel like you could lay your head on it and go to sleep for the night, then I think you're gonna like Miranda. There's just, you know, probably where I feel it the most is kind of right around the ear tabs. There's definitely a good amount of permatease right there. It's not bad, you guys. Honestly, I like it. I don't feel poofy. I have Heidi by Jon Renau, and I always feel like she's so poofy right here. This one doesn't feel poofy to me anywhere. I don't feel the need to thin, to minimize, to press down anywhere. So I really like, I think they put the perfect amount of permatease in here. The coverage is really typical. You can see my bio hair right there. You always can. There's a lot of hair sewn into the ear tabs and around the ear tabs though. So that is spectacular. And it's, you know, that's that little bit shorter hair. So if you were to take this and want to pull it back a little bit, there is plenty of hair to leave down that you don't have to worry about showing any of that. And it's the short, look at how the perfect length. So that is awesome. I love that they did that. I have a little tiny bit of room up here. Can you see that? So this cap is really true to average. You know, I'm an average circumference at 22 inches. I cinched it in just slightly. So I'd say a 23-inch circumference is going to be able to wear this wig. I would also say my measurements over the top of my head are super, super petite. I don't have as much room in this cap as I sometimes do in some caps. I still think though, you know, if you're average to average large, I think you're going to be able to wear this. It just depends on how you feel about, you know, snug versus loose. But I definitely think this is fine. I think a petite might find this a little big. But again, I'm so petite over the top of my head, and I think this cap fits really well compared to some others. So I really like it. So, you know, that's all I have to say about Miranda. I am a huge fan. Even though I don't like long wigs, I really like Miranda. So I give her a thumbs up. As long as you're prepared to kind of comb her. And again, even if you don't wear long wigs all the time, the fact that you can put her up in ponytails, in updos, in clips, in braids, I think makes her a very versatile piece. I would also say because of all these layers, you know, you can always get some of that extra length cut off and have it be a shorter style. So let's say you find a Miranda on clearance, or you find a wig sister who's selling Miranda for like a super cheap price. It may be worth getting her even if you have to cut a little bit off her. So that's been my review of Jon Renau Miranda. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll get outside with this color so you can see it in natural light. Huge fan. I would get this color over and over again. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, all right, I'm trying to get you a look of this color outside. It is sleeting right now, but we're in for a multi-day storm, so I'm gonna do what I can. This is for 27:30 in outside light. I'll kind of spin around a little bit so that you can see the light playing off of it. Let me see if I can go over here closer to the house so you can see the dark. Can you hear that sleet? Whew. All right, guys, I'm not sticking around out here too long. This is such a pretty auburn. Can you just see? It's so well blended. Even though it's got a 4 in it, it's just really well blended. So pretty. All right, guys, thanks for watching.